Whitey Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Centaur no Nayami, aka Centaur Worry Season 1, Episode 6. And something that I'm hoping that this episode of the anime covers is some of the really important issues that this manga really covers. Because as of this recording yesterday, we had the really crazy shit going down in Charlottesville, Virginia. So I really hope that today's episode covers some of the important topics that this manga covers. So something that I do, and I want to ask you, especially the manga nerdigans, this is that, like, before I do this do this live reaction, I usually watch the first like 10 seconds of the episode so I can find the manga chapter that the episode is adapting. But for the life of me, I could not find it. So if anyone knows where it is in the manga, please let me know. I did ultimately find like where it is in the manga like a few minutes later in the anime, which is chapter 6 of the manga. But for the life of me, when Hime wakes up and is getting ready for school, I could not fucking find it, and I know that shit is in the manga somewhere. So please let me know if where in the manga that is, because it is bugging the fuck out of me. I literally spent 30 minutes before recording this trying to find this shit. Anyway, so basically what's going on is she's waking up, Hime's waking up and getting ready. Her mama's trying to wake her ass up, trying to get her ready for school, and she fell out of bed and she's hogging the bathroom. But something that she says, or that her mama says, is that, don't they have, aren't the schools required to have bathrooms for every species? And the first thing that came to my mind when she said that, and I remember reading this in the manga, and that's why I want to know what manga chapter it's in, because it's driving me nuts, is that it makes me think of the transgender bathroom issue that was going down in North Carolina, and it made me think of South Park too when we had the transgender thing too, because because Obama made that a requirement as well. But what Hime said is that it's cramped in there, and I don't have my steppy-step in there. And her mom was like, well, aren't you big for about the steppy-step? And she's like, I need my steppy-step though. It doesn't feel I start cracking the fuck up. Anyway, here's where I have the problem is when we get to the chapter 6 stuff, and Nozomi is talking about Hime's hair. This is supposed to happen as they're walking to school, and the wind is blowing Hime's hair in Nozomi's face. And I'm just like, oh, wait a minute. This isn't right, anime. Can you please fix this? Oh, man. When it comes... hold on a second. I guess they don't have beauty schools in this universe, because that's where I get my hair done, and it's relatively cheaper. For me, well, I have discounts, but if you get your hair dyed, it's like a lot more expensive. But if you're just getting a cut, it's a lot cheaper if you go to a beauty school. But I understand where Hime's coming from, because my hair is a pain in the ass, because my hair is naturally dry and frizzy and curly. So I totally understand where Hime's coming from when it comes to cutting it. And I wonder if it has to do with the prices wise, if the price is higher because it's her centaur hair. And at the same time, I'm like, isn't that kind of racist to charge by species? I have to ask that question. But at the same time, like, I'm thinking, can't you just, like, wouldn't it be cool if Hime donated it? Like, I'm curious if they would donate, if she could donate it to Locks of Love. That would be another thing, too. This line was skipped from Nozomi. You're paying them to do it, so don't be shy. This part from Kyoko was skipped. We don't all have a boycott like you. And plus, well, what was said instead was, like, we don't all have, our mom cut her hair. And I'm just like, but, like, quit hating on short hair, on Nozomi's hair. Like, what? Fuck you, man. You look so pretty. Yes, but I'm with Nozomi. You look so pretty was skipped. I'm with Nozomi on this one. Long hair is a pain in the ass. ass, especially for me. Long hair is a pain in the ass. But for me, when I have long hair, it doesn't grow as long as Nozomi's hair would be. If I wouldn't have to flat iron my hair, damn straight I would have long hair. But I have to flat iron my hair, and my hair grows it grows thicker than fucking hell. Oh, I fucking hate having long hair. Short hair is so much better. What's with those clothes was skipped, and many of them wore wigs was skipped, and also he may thinking, what about my opinion? But please, for the love of God, get rid of those bangs. As much as I like Hime with straight hair, get rid of those bangs. I fucking hate those bangs. They're awful. Oh, get rid of them. It sends shivers down my spine was skipped. They finally asked me was skipped. So this is what I think is interesting. So if the class president cut, or if, in general, if an angel cuts off her halo, it's illegal because it breaks, and this is the manga dialogue here I'm going to use here. It breaks racial equality laws to cut your halo hair. You don't have the freedom to cut, if you wanted to cut your halo hair off, it's illegal because it's discrimination. That's so weird. I bet it's different in America, though. In America, you probably could cut your halo hair if you wanted to. I'm curious if you cut your halo hair. I'm wondering if it grows back. Very curious what you guys think. If you cut your halo hair, do you think it will grow back? Curious what you guys think. Oh, and the reason why it's considered it breaks racial equality laws. I forgot to mention this. It is considered rejecting your own race. So it's considered self-hating. So by this logic here, I want to break this down. If you cut your halo hair, it's like the equivalent of bleaching your skin if you're black. That's what that is. In the same sense that you could kind of compare that to putting, I don't know if this would be similar or not, but that's like putting weave in your head. I don't know if you would think that's a similar comparison, but what do you guys think about that? And I might ask Tommy about this, because that's a good question to ask. And I might bring this up on Soda Politics. That is a good question. It's illegal. I'm going to read the sentence again from the manga. I want to know what you guys think about this. It's illegal to cut the halo for angels to cut their halo hair because it breaks racial equality laws because it is considered rejecting your own race. By this logic, and this is what I think, and I'm curious, wouldn't it be the same equivalent as, like, for example, putting weave in your head, or bleaching your skin, or maybe putting even contacts in your eyes, or shit, what would be I'm trying to think of another, equivalent to this, or if you're white, even doing tanning, going into a tanning booth, like, I understand, tanning naturally, that's different, but going to a tanning booth or spray tanning or even put hair implants might be a little bit different for other races, because that's like a cause that might be a little bit different because I don't know about that. That might be a little bit of a different thing because because this is a racial thing. This is racial equality laws because you're rejecting your own race. This is a really interesting discussion here. I don't think butt implants would be because butt implants are a little bit different because I don't think you're rejecting a race when you're putting butt implants in because that's completely different. But bleaching your skin or putting weave in, I feel like that might feel like to me, that sounds like you're rejecting your own race. I'm very curious what you guys think about that in particular. I'm just giving you guys an example. But there is more to this. Of course, when it is, I'm going to read the manga dialogue here. Of course, when it accidentally gets cut out, gets cut or falls out by disease, the hospital or salon will give you a certificate of proof that it was not intentionally removed. But I'm very curious what happens to that salon, though, if it's accidentally cut. And we do get the answer, it does grow back. There you go. This part was skipped. You really could just cut it short. I think it looks nice the way it is. She looks like a Lolita. It's really cute. I have my tail fluff too, but nobody noticed. And that is the end of Chapter 6's adaptation. For the most part, Chapter 6's adaptation was pretty good. And I will accept it. So now, I gotta find the next chapter. God, this is gonna be a pain in the ass. I am looking for the life of me. I do not want to spend like another 30 minutes finding this fucking chapter. If you want to tell me, if you can tell me where it is in the comment section below, please let me know. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a live reaction to the anime itself. So, something that's interesting about the Antarctica itself is that we're finding out here is that from Quetzalcoatl is that she's adjusting, making her stomach and intestines adjusting to human society. And she can basically eat most things, and but there are but her body is designed in such a way that she can't really chew. And that was mentioned before in the previous episode, that her that she can't really chew, especially living things. So similar to, you know, a snake, she can't chew, but she can mainly swallow. Hime, you got busted with chocolate. But I think like when Kyoko is braiding Hime's hair, I think I know where that is in the manga. So just give me a second, because I swear I saw it as I was looking for where the lunch scene was. So just give me a second. Here it is. I found it. So this part of the anime, I fucking found it. I knew I saw it while I was searching for the lunch scene. And this is chapter 47 of the manga. Oh my god, it is a good thing I spotted this shit. So something that's different in the manga compared to the anime. In the anime, the guy that was teasing Hime got arrested. In the manga, it says he only got busted. So I think that's a really extreme change. So usually I don't criticize wording, but damn, that's an extreme change. Wow, okay. I've been bitching about how Kakaguri does visual explanations, and damn, even Centaur no Nayami does visual explanations better than you, Kakaguri. They do what Centaur no Nayami does with the generational chart right here is what been wanting Kakaguri to do with their visual explanations for this season, all season, because that's what the manga does. Motherfucker, I swear to God. Albeit like 1,000% was skipped. Also from Kyoko, but wait, that's actually a pretty well-known story was skipped. How the story, Hime's story is being animated is really beautiful. The only thing I have to complain about is part of the story that's here is like there's a bunch of soldiers coming in on boats with the slaves that we didn't see. And I have to say, this is the perfect time for, you know, to have this episode here with the slavery stuff, because you have like there's a lot of talk about how about like slavery and shit going on right now. So this is an maybe not the perfect time, but this is an perfect's not the best word. Interesting, I think, is a better word for it. I don't know if they were just censoring, and if the anime is censoring this, I'm really disappointed in you, anime, because they did not have any of the dialogue from the story at all, which was, I'm going to read this from the dialogue here. So this is the slave city. What in God's name? What's all this then? The livestock is trying to buy people, is they? Hey, where do you think you're going? Insolent swine, fiend. What? You filthy animals, ill-mannered brutes? It would seem our sister is not here. You do, do you know where the Courant Reef took port? He doesn't know. To the next one. And I'm really disappointed that, like, we have the narration and stuff, which is nice, but I wish they would have had this dialogue from the story, from this flashback here, as well as the narration. It would have been a nice touch. It's really disappointing. I'm very disappointed in you, anime, for this. In a way, I feel like it's censorship, which really pisses me off because because we already have, like, this story has censorship in it already. Like, I just think it's ironic that a story that is about censorship has censorship in it. I think that's so fucking funny. And it's ironic. There's more parts skipped to this. This is going to be a long video because there's a lot to there's a lot to discuss from this chapter that's being skipped from this. He doesn't know. To the next one, I think I said that. It's those Tartar devils. Prepare for battle. Fire, Subaru. Creek. Namu Hachiman, Daibusatsu. Ludish buffoons. Nay, one must be human to be a buffoon. That's ridiculous. I really wish they would have had the dialogue that's in the story. If they had the dialogue from the story, and this is why it's pissing me off, if they would have had this dialogue from the story, it would have brought this to life more for me. Like, yes, the narration's nice and everything, and the animation is nice, but the lack of dialogue from the actual story really disappointed me. That's really pissed me off. Wow! They didn't... Oh my god! Wow! There is some censorship going on here, anime. You mentioned slavery just once. There is some censorship shit going on here. I gotta mention a couple of things that were skipped here. First of all, there was a head chopped off here. Is that even physically possible? After the head chopped off, the Visery's head is promised. You could have just taken him captive. It makes no difference. Now honor your end of the bargain. If those ears you so boasted about don't prove to be of any assistance, the same fate awaits you. I'm gonna read the whole thing here because even though some of it was in the anime, I gotta read the whole thing because you will understand why I'm pissed. In reality, it wasn't just 3 men, but literal droves of freed slaves tacking along. Some accounts hold that thanks to them, the Spanish king gave up on invading France. Now, this is the part that really pissed me off. That wasn't in this anime at all. And then treatment of Centaur slaves throughout Europe got far more oppressive. Why would you not include that? Why? That, I think, is not cool, anime. I feel like that, why would you I feel like that was being censored. Why would you not include that? That's an important detail in here. You are censoring some of the history of this world. Because this is part of the reason why this part of the history of this universe is why there is extreme PC. This is in Japan. That's why I'm really angry right now. Because of this portion of history here. It's just, oh my god, this is so stupid. Oh my god. You guys have no idea how angry I am. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking stupid. Oh, and the title of this episode is being able to retrace one's past and ancestors a reason to be happy or unhappy? And I'm going to answer that question here. That is a good question. That's a good discussion question. This episode, I'm sorry this video is going to be as long, but there's a lot of good topics to discuss from this, especially this half of the episode. I think it's a good thing to trace your ancestors' past because, well, it's good to trace, it's good to learn history because first of all, you learn the mistakes from the past. The good thing about learning the mistakes from the past and from history is to prevent from doing the same things in the future, because as you can see, especially right now, history in a way is repeating itself. And yes, history, some things our ancestors did, it could be ugly. Yes, history is not pretty, but it's a good thing to learn from it because we can prevent it from happening again. So I really like that we have this as a question. This is a really good question. I'm glad you have it as a question episode or anime episode. I think that's a good question, but I really don't like that you censored some of the stuff here. But this was a good question for especially considering what's going on right now and what happened recently in the States and also around the world. Now the next part of the episode, hopefully it will take fucking 20 minutes for me to do a live reaction to, is does getting a job doing what you love really bring happiness? And that's another good question. That's what I love about this manga and this anime, is it really asks you good questions. These are good topics. So I got to watch the first 10 seconds of this to find the manga chapter. Unfortunately, this compared to like the majority of the anime that I watch, I'm watching this season, this one of course jumps around the manga, so just give me a second here. And that was fast. So this episode is, or this part of the episode is an adaptation of chapter 41 of the manga. And first of all, Mochida, his hair is supposed to be white or blonde. It's not supposed to be black. And that old goober gonna make this deadline or what was skipped? And a girl, is it his secretary was skipped? Never mind, a girl when she is secretary was there. I'm sorry. Fuck. This is the best thing about live reactions, especially mine, because I do everything in one take. You get all the mistakes in here because I don't edit my shit. That's correct. I do not edit my stuff because I do not know how to do that shit. I have not learned how to do editing because I am too busy to do that, especially right now because besides my anime stuff and getting ready for I've taken a break from getting ready for fall 2017 anime season. I am doing a huge I'm in the middle of a book project, a book nerdigan live discussion project, or not live discussion, book nerdigan discussion project. It's not feminine was skipped. I love what he said. He wasn't probably born overweight, old fart. That shit was just funny. That is mean. That's mean to think that Kyoko looks that ugly. That's so mean. What a pervert. That guy is a Raku, you are a pervert. Thank you so much. Here's your quote was skipped. God damn it, anime! Quit changing scenes and making me look bad! Ah! Okay, the quote was there. Thank you so much. Fuck. I'm doing so much work today. God damn it. I hate when anime does that, when they change scenes around and like fucking make me think that quotes are skipped. God damn it. I hate that shit. My toenails are falling off without me noticing was skipped. Something that's got bothering me is I wish the class president's wings were bigger, a little bit bigger, and I wish there were more feathers. I feel like they should be a little bit fuller. I don't know if that's just me or am I just going nutso here? No, I don't think I'm going crazy. Like when she turns around and she's cleansing and purifying, her wings look very, I don't know if anemic is the right word for it, or like, I don't know. Maybe anemic's not the right word. Fuck. They just look frail, I think is the right. Frail's the better word for it. Her wings look so frail. They look like they need more feathers on them and they need to look a little bit bigger. Because, like, if you look at the manga, her wings just look a lot bigger, and they look like they have a lot more wings on them. It's just really disappointing. This part was skipped. I guess I can't go out shopping dressed like this. Should I just whip something up with whatever we have? That skipped. The little ones are so cute. I can't wait to see more episodes with them. They're just so adorable. Like, I just want to hug them and squeeze them. I can't, like, something I hope to get is I want to get plushies of them because they're just so cute. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one that wants to, like, just squeeze them to death because they're just so cute. And Marx, he let his children starve to death while he wrote books, was skipped. But this points out a really interesting point. And an interesting topic here is that, and you get to see it from 2 points of view. You get to see Kyoko's father, who is writing, and we don't even know if writing probably... With Kyoko's father, he probably started out writing because that was his passion to do. Passion in life was, and what he wanted to do is writing. And look how stressed the fuck out he is. And then you see the class president's class rep's father, and you see he does painting on the side, and he works another job, and he does it like the way that a good chunk of people do it, where, you know, he has to get inspiration before he can really paint. I don't agree with the class president here. I'm going to read what she, from the manga, what she says, and she says this in the anime. But if you're a painter, then you should paint even if it means being resented. I don't believe that. As an artist, you should do it as, whether it's being a musician, whether it's being a painter, whether it's being a sculptor, whether it's being a writer. You should do it because you're passionate about it. You shouldn't do it because you feel like you have to do it. Whether you're the other part of it is if you're resented for it, fuck it. You just do it because you love to do it. Fuck what the haters think. Like, I'm passionate about YouTube, even if I get like 100 dislikes on videos that I do. I don't give a fuck. I do it because I like to do it. I'm passionate about it. I get to get my opinion out there. That's how I feel about it. So, like, yes, in a way, I agree with her on that in that respect. But you shouldn't paint. You shouldn't sing because you have to do it. You do it because you want to do it. And you feel passionate about it. And this is where I really don't agree with her. And I'm going to read this quote. And I'm sorry this video is going to be long, because this is just a really good discussion to have. Is if you're a painter, or fuck, you can even insert any type of art, you should paint even, and I talked about this a second ago, if you only for a brief moment, even if your kids resent you. If you're not going to paint, then pick another path. Are you going to be an artist or a model father? Why can't he be both? I don't understand. And this is what's going on right now. You have both these extremes, and I'm going to talk about politics for a second here. You have Antifa, you have the white supremacists. Like, you have these two fucking extremes that it feels like we're at this point where you have to choose one side or the other. There's no gray area. And I had someone on Twitter telling me that if you're a centrist, you're a coward. I was like thinking, excuse me? Just because I see a gray area where I feel like I don't have to be a part of any of this shit, then I'm a fucking coward? Fuck you. But I want to know especially what you guys think in the comment section about this. I don't agree with the class rep at all about this. I think you could be both. I don't understand why he can't be a model father and a painter. I think being a painter and showing his kids that you could follow your own path, you could do what you love and still be a father. I think that's possible. And I want to know what you guys think about that. What? What anime? Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna tell me that the Democratic No! I ain't having this shit. That will never, ever, ever happen in this lifetime. And that is not even in this manga chapter. So, fuck you, anime! Fuck you! That is never gonna happen, and that really pisses me off. And boy, class rep really should pop it down. That pissed me off too a little bit. But fuck you, anime, for showing that. I'm sorry, that is unrealistic. That is never, ever, ever gonna happen. You will never, and I feel like what you're doing, anime, is you are showing your fucking bias. You want Bernie Sanders to get, well, he's a Democratic socialist, but you might as well tell me he's a Democratic communist. But fuck you, you are never gonna get a Democratic communist in office. Fuck you for saying that. That really pisses me off. This episode has now officially pissed me off. And what kind of name is Emo Coca? What the fuck kind of name is that? Also, first of all, Emo Coca, you won't get your communistic government here because the founding fathers kick fucking ass, and you would need 2/3 of the states to change the Constitution to get what you fucking want, so you will never get your communistic government. So fuck you. I could see you getting your ass impeached before you get your democratic communistic government. I don't fucking believe... Oh my gosh. Oh my fucking god. I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this anime just proved how fucking biased the studio is. Oh my god. Why did you do this? Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. Why did you do that? Why did you include the presidential election in this? Why? Why? The rest of this episode was really good. I really just did not appreciate that Democratic communist bullshit. Because first of all, I'm going to say this right now and then I'm going to be done with the Democratic communist bullshit. That shit is an oxymoron. You cannot have a democracy and communists. That is just a fucking oxymoron. I'm sorry, it's an oxymoron. It's an oxymoron. History shows it. But anyway, for the most part, up until that point of the episode, it was a really good episode. The manga adaptation was really, really good. I just did not like how the studio, or I should not say the studio, I should say the writers. The writers showed their political bias, and that really ticked me off. But other than that, I really enjoyed the discussion here, and the writers, by showing that democratic communist bullshit, you proved why you censored the slavery stuff. This made a lot of sense why you censored the slavery shit. I understand that now. You know why? Because a lot of these liberals, or especially these communists here, want to censor the slavery shit. You could look this up. They want to censor the shit from the Civil War. Because a lot of this shit, if you look it up in history, they were all Democrats. Just saying. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What you thought of this episode. I really, really liked the first part of the episode. I really did not like the censorship, how they censored the story. That part pissed me off because we're gonna get a lot more content. I don't even know if we're gonna, based on what we got, the fact that they didn't talk about the slavery with the Centaurs, I don't even know if we're gonna get any more content about the Centaur slavery, because in the manga it talks a lot more about the Centaur slavery. So I really want to know your thoughts about that. And what do you guys think about I want to know your answers to the questions that were presented in this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. And if you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to the Nerdigans Inc. expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to the Nerdigans Inc. PayPal, Patreon, and purchase something off the Dirty Dancing Amazon wishlist, all those links are in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on the Twits, aka Twitter. Follow my Twitch channel. Friend me on PlayStation Network. All that's in the description box below. And until next time, Nerdigans, I'll be seeing you later. Bye!